All right, let's turn everything upside down. How bad could this be? Oh, God.
Yes, indeed. It is called when the link of fire Lothric. Where the transitory lands of the Lords of Sea in the truth converge. The fire fades.
Dark Souls only has so many challenges, and I've done lots of them. Of course, there's never truly an end to how many challenges one can do, but I've come up with a truly insane challenge this time. I've turned my screen upside down. On top of that, my controls haven't changed, basically making moving a nightmare. The moment we load into the game, we're lost. One of the main things about this game when it's upside down is that you stop recognizing the entire game almost instantly, especially when you can't just look at the right side up game for reference. Think about the Mirror Cup from Mario Kart, just 10 times worse. Combat is hard here too, although the enemies aren't very deadly, which balances out our fears. Next up is us failing our navigation and eventually stumbling to our first boss. Initially, I'm very nervous, since parsing what's going on is a big challenge here. Even though parrying is hard, we can get one. And Gundyr is pretty exaggerated with his movements, and that leads to a few easy reads and an easy win. Just in case you're wondering what the my view thing is, that's for when things are right side up, you can look at what it looks like upside down. But when I have it upside down in editing, you can kind of just see what it looks like right side up. I don't know, it didn't really work out. But hey, it's there, I guess, you know? Alright, now it's time to go grab everything in Firelink. We head to the right, no, not that right, and head to this area, in which we can jump off this tree, jump off this tree, jump off this... Are you kidding me? Well, looks like the run is already over, and it went down to this stupid tree jump. Man, Firelink just looks wrong upside down. What do you think about it, Random Hollow? Huh, really? I don't know. You really think I could do this upside down? I mean, just some simple movement is stopping me from grabbing essential tools. So how could I do the difficult stuff? You know? Well, how about this? I'll give it one more try, and we'll see if you're right. Alright. One more try, and we'll see. Just gotta jump, and yes. Now we can grab the Estus shard. Well, 15 minutes later, and we're back. Much more careful this time. There's an Estus shard, and the Silver Serpent Ring, which gives us more souls. That lets us go back to the cemetery, and lead the Crystal Lizard to the edge of the map, and watch it fall off for a large amount of souls. We then allot our Estus to 5 healing, and do the same with the Swordmaster. We then go to level up, and what are our stats? I think this is what we want. The first bonfire on High Wall is a crash course for what's to come. It's hard for me controlling the game to do much but walk forward. Moving backwards or sideways are both unreliable and hurt my brain. Wait, so left is the way to go here, but it's not my left, so I should hold right. But since not holding left goes left and it's not my left, I should hold left. Man, what? The further we get into High Wall, the more items we grab. An Estus shard here, a key for later there, you know, the standard stuff. Wait, what's this? Great Axe. Huh. Vort is up, and well, Vort has never heard of hitting under him, which means a few stray attacks and Vort dies. Is this run even hard? We level up Vigor and Strength more, and we raise the banner to make it to the settlement. Well, after grabbing Loretta's Bone and stumbling around this group fight, group fight. Holy shit, I can't even talk. And stumbling around this group fight, which by the way, is actually hard, I can't really tell what's going on. And we die. We go back to free Grey Rat and run through his quest line to send him on an expedition. Now, to get our run off the ground, we just need to kill one boss. For now, we can use the Great Axe we got earlier. We try to use our normal route through this area, and though its movement is intensive, we're able to stumble through it. But the Undead Bone Shard, I don't even want to try. We do anyway, because we need it for the run to come. Man, do I even want to do this? It's obviously possible. That's not in question. I don't want to. It's so exhausting, looking at this world I know so well. But turn it 180 degrees and it's unrecognizable. But I have to. I don't have a reason. I don't know why. I just have to. By the way, if you're enjoying the content, consider subscribing. I put a lot of work into this video in particular. Also, I'm finishing the trilogy of Upside Down Challenge runs over on Twitch for the next 2 days after this video comes out. Go check me out. Unless it's the dead of night, I'm probably live. Now, it's time for the Great Wood. With our Great Axe, the wood gets kind of destroyed. We pop all his bubbles, and we only have to heal a couple times. Then, we buy the Zwei from Grey Rat, and work our way over to the elevator. We make friends with the giant, grab a free soul item, and make friends with Sigurd, where we both use our weapons to take out the demon. We then make our way up the house here, and after a scary jump, we grab the Chloranthy ring for increased stamina regen, plus the majority of our armor set. We then kill Leonhard for our helmet, and use the souls to buy the tower key. And we jump to grab our last piece of armor. That and the Estus ring, for increased Estus recovery. Now, we head to the Road of Sacrifices. The Road of Sacrifices is awfully confusing. The odd layout combined with our inability to tell left from right leads to a lot of deaths. At least later we can die, I guess. We grab the Grass Crest Shield before the Crystal Sage. The Sage herself isn't that hard, surprisingly. We can just use the directional audio to move towards her. Wait, she's not over here? Wait, my audio is normal, isn't it? Well, once we see her, we can just run straight at her and force her to move. And in phase 2, we kill her clones and parry her a couple times, which ends the fight. We then decide it's best to keep it moving and stumble to the next bonfire. Progress is really rewarding on this run, you know? Another bonfire, and I'm a little closer to escaping this hell. I'm tired. Can I just stay here? Let's just stay here for a while. What? Oh, I see. We fight both NPCs past this bonfire at the same time. Our weapon can just go through our whole stamina bar while stunning our enemies. There's an Estus shard outside the graveyard, and we move into it. And I know there's a shortcut around here somewhere, so if I remember correctly, it's to the left. So, if I move my control stick left, I should find it, right? Bingo. This leads us to an Undead Bone Shard in the graveyard, and afterwards, we move to the next area. This area is on rooftops, and is pretty sketchy movement-wise. Even with my new muscle memory trick of just moving the way I know I'd go normally, I still fall quite a bit. Even when we do make progress, it's hard to finish fights when you can't tell what's going on, or when you're stuck in between enemies. Please move. Please move! We make it inside the cathedral, and while being chased, we drop down to the first shortcut, and open it. Into the cathedral, we grab Lloyd's sword ring, a personal favorite. which gives us a 10% boost to our attack at full health. We continue to move through the Cathedral, being more methodical than normal, taking out every enemy, every mimic, every beast, but that's not the right strategy. Let's just skip it all, and kill the giant here. Both, actually, for some large titanite. Once we do that, we take a detour to Farron Keep, killing NPCs with height along the way. This area is a bit hard to navigate through, but the fires lead the way for now, since they take us where we need to go. We do the normal grabbing of items and putting out candles. Everything in this area looks the same, so we get lost a lot, falling off areas and going in circles. So if it's not that way, since I know it's not, it's this way? Wait, no, that leads in a circle. Where do I go? Man, I knew I should have given up. Whatever. Let's just find a spot to rest. I can't stay here. Alright, just take it slow, and we'll find our way forward. After slowing down, and taking out the enemies that threaten us, we find our way forward. We find our way forward pretty easily. There's another undead bone shard, and we get what we came here for, the Dream Chaser's ashes, which lets us buy titanite, and upgrade our weapon to +4. There's also a bit of large titanite up past the ashes, as well as a heavy gem, and the Stray Demon, which, despite acting like an Elden Ring boss, this guy goes down easy. Oh, that reminds me. We also grab the Farron coal, which lets us use our heavy gem to make our Zwei heavy, increasing its strength scaling. Now, we're equipped to take on the deacons. And you know what? Let's give it a real shot. Now, our build is partially optimized for the deacons. With our weapon, light attacks do great crowd control damage. And even without the 10% attack boost from Lloyd's, we two-shot the deacons, which makes it a non-issue. When the main one comes out, all I do is mindlessly swing, and this boss goes down easy. This is easy. Why was I ever concerned? I'll just go ahead and demolish this game. Back in Farron Keep, we put out the last fire, and open the door to the Abyss Watchers. The first phase is easy. It's more mindless swinging. Is this even a challenge? As we kill the Watcher, we relax. But he's not dead yet. We kill him, finally, but he's back. No, this can't be. No, this can't be. We'll get him this time, right? We swing just as hard, and even get a backstab, which leads us to where we were before. With a little caution, we're able to dodge most attacks from the Watcher, but caution doesn't mean we'll punish our enemy the moment they're vulnerable. Even when we get stuck against the wall, we're able to center ourselves and move out of the way, and that's enough for us to gain the advantage and kill the Abyss Watchers. Alright, that's it. We can conclude that it's not over. Where do we go from here? I guess I have to keep going, no matter how tough it may be. The Catacombs, huh? This area is confusing. Either way I go, it seems wrong. One way is full of enemies and knocks me off, and the other involves dropping off, which feels impossible upside down. We grab the undead bone shard from the skeleton ball, and make it to the bonfire. We get lost after this. Wait, just close your eyes. You hear the way the ball is coming? Go the other way. At the bottom of the stairs now. Close your eyes again. It's to the left, isn't it? All you have to do is remember. Out onto the bridge. Again, close your eyes. You made it, didn't you? Now to Wolnir. upside down, and on an incline. Wolnir isn't the worst, the gameplay of the boss is simple, so when we play worse because we're on the ceiling, it doesn't change much. You know, unless we run into the fog. Man, I'm so bad. Even though I'm often disoriented in this fight, we manage to get there by pure luck, and a bit of patience. Our main strategy being our heavy attack, because it hits vertically, missing Wolnir's bracelets less often. And with that little strategy, the most disorienting boss thus far is down. Now, it's time to climb the ladder, or bridge I guess, down to the Smoldering Lake. We kill the demon here pretty easily. Our weapon keeps staggering him along with the skeletons here. And in the lake itself, we gather enough Titanite to get a +6 weapon. And the Undead Bone Shards here to get a +6 Estus. Now to the old Demon King. This boss is usually easy, right? Well, this run isn't the usual. Dodging attacks on this run has always been a challenge so far. It's hard to see what's being telegraphed and when, and if something is off screen, forget about seeing what's going on. Our build allows us to deal lots of damage, and even tank some, but the demon is the first of many bosses that does more than just some damage. Fortunately, we're not limited to one try, and although the demon can do damage, he can't really, take damage. So we end the fight quickly. Man, the old Demon King is supposed to be easy. What's even the point of trying if I'm already having trouble? What about Pontiff? Or Aldrich? The Dragon Slayer armor? I don't even want to mention the Twin Princes. I've just started making progress, and it's already over. Now into Irithyll, in which we can take out even the biggest enemies with a single charge attack and a riposte. And the other enemies that try to attack me in groups are too uncoordinated, and die before they can gank me to death as a group. Irithyll Dungeon is up next, and honestly, this is the most confusing area yet. Even on a normal playthrough, I get lost. Every playthrough requires you to go to a different area for a different item, and I'm insanely lucky that I got it on my first try. Other than that, there's a few Estus items here, and holy shit, my health is just gone. It's not even there. Anyway, Yorm is easy enough with the Storm Ruler, and we have the rest of the Thill of Ears to go to. These dogs require lots of restraint. Any attempts to just power through their attacks, and you'll get stunned out of it, or even die if you're not careful. That's what I would say if I died. That's what I would. On to Pontiff, we don't bother to open the shortcut to him, since this boss is easy. We parry him a few times, almost die. Wait, what? No, don't you kill me. Oh, okay. Aldrich seems like he'd be difficult, right? Finding exactly where to go while upside down when Aldrich specifically moves far away from you is a bit annoying. Thankfully, our damage makes up for it. And by the time Aldrich is in phase 2, there's only 2 cycles left in our fight. So we throw caution into the wind, and thankfully are rewarded for it, since Aldrich doesn't try to use his lifesteal until it's too late. And with that, we're to Dancer. Dancer hurts. Above all else, she does damage. So I'm glad I have, health. That makes this boss not too bad for us. And she goes down on our first try. We then drop down into Oceiros' domain, grab an Estus shard, some Titanite chunks, and fight Oceiros. Oceiros is odd, to say the least. I don't know, man. He just jumps off the ceiling, and I can't tell until it's too late. At least we can brute force it? I don't know. I'm getting tired. Can I even keep going? I don't know anymore. I keep pushing forward, and I keep trying. And with massive success, I should be happy, despite the effort. But falling off Gundir's arena? Twice. Is this even worth it anymore? What do I gain from beating this game? Living in this nauseating hell, upside down. whatever. At least we got him eventually. I gotta get moving. I'm tired of resting. Lothric Castle's enemies are slow, but very persistent to catch us, which results in lots of deaths at bonfires. And you know, there's more than you'd think. How do you die twice at the same bonfire? Well, the Dragon Slayer armor is up, and as usual, this boss is easy. As it turns out, this boss helped me realize something. I don't remember what I'm doing at all. Playing the game upside down is like relearning the entire game. And, up to this point, I've been able to use my instincts, as well as a fairly good build, to unintentionally bypass this. So, as things really ramp up in difficulty, I'm bound to get a lot worse. Actually, this has already happened with the regular areas, which I'm just used to running through. So, as we relearn the armor, and die more than we have, this entire run to him, we relearn how to fully stagger him, what to do against his many scary / special attacks, and, eventually, with a little camera spin, kill him. Now, off to Irithyll Dungeon again, where we're heading to what some consider the hardest boss. And man, this place is confusing. Did I talk about it last time? We take like 5 wrong turns, just looking the wrong way, and falling. God, I hate this game. The Ancient Wyvern is easy, since the boss is just regular enemies and not an actual boss. But you know, we fell off the edge on the way to open him, so why even bother? And on the way to our next boss, we die just so much. Multiple times to the same great battle axe wielding snakehead guy. We then can grab the Dragon Chaser's ashes and a Titanite slab, which finally gets us to +10. That should solve all our problems, right? Well, kinda. We do pretty well in this fight, and although we're still pretty sloppy, the Nameless King just feels so odd upside down. Oddly delayed. We get hit when we shouldn't a lot. But we're still confident enough to kill the king with our fist. We have some collectibles we've missed that we go and regrab for a better Estus, and move into the Grand Archives. There's the Crystal Sage here. I thought we dealt with her. Anyway, she goes down almost to 1 parry. And then the Twin Princes. This is one of my worst bosses in all of Souls. Honestly, I know it isn't that bad of a boss, and there are harder ones, but I'm just bad at this one specifically. Well, we do so much damage that it's like not even a challenge. We then move into the DLC, which I hope is easy. Okay, what the fuck? This game has to be messing with me. The amount of times we die on these branches heading down is... God, just look at it. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I had to make a montage out of a series of branches. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Once we've made it down to the depths of the painting, we can fight the Champion's Grave Tender, which is pure chaos between managing the dogs and the Grave Tender and the Great Wolf eventually. One hard-hitting heavy attack basically kills the Grave Tender, and after a couple attempts, we kill the Great Wolf too. Moving onward, the general idea of this area is that everything falls over. Scary Big Guy, Wilhelm, even the bosses here. The second DLC, okay, but really. This boss felt like it'd be hard, but it fell over so quick that it stopped being scary to me. So, through a heal and a third phase, we're to the second DLC. Well, we made it far, I have to say. And although the most stupid things have kept us down, there's not much left. Well, at all, really. There's only a couple bosses left, too. Let's just hope we can finish this before time collapses in on itself. So, let's take on this final stretch. You want to see how this ends, right? Well, me too. Moving into the Heap, everything looks the same. The first area isn't too bad. It's all very linear. But the moment we make it to the open world, I'm lost. No matter which way I seem to go, it's wrong. Eventually, we do stumble upon the branch, but we miss it a lot. No, I hear the music! After we finally make it, well, make it twice, we're onto the twin demons. The demons are kinda hard. They're really oppressive to our playstyle, and it's hard to space them out while upside down. But on the other hand, we do insane amounts of damage. Man, I'm never making a run this easy with the Zwei again. But even so, we still have to play pretty flawlessly. Otherwise, we get comboed to death by the boss. Especially in Phase 2, when the boss becomes more aggressive, and does almost unfair amounts of damage. We have to take out the demon in pain first, since that makes the demon from below use his special attack in Phase 2, which is just a simple laser. After a minute or so, the Demon Prince goes down as well. The Ring City is the last area we'll be going to. And what an area it is. Falling off the edge, way too many enemies. You know, the normal DLC stuff. The Bridge Meteor is a pretty easy damage check, since even when we do take damage, it's not hard to keep our health up. Once we riposte it, we grab an upgraded version of the Chloranthy Ring, and open a hidden wall in order to drop down to Meteor. Meteor is scary. I feel like I can't even comprehend what's happening. This attack that I barely dodge, into a mist swing, into that attack, God, it's just so impossible. I feel like I'm constantly running away, unable to escape this boss. I'm either up against a wall or behind him, which is even more dangerous. We do good damage, and have lots of heals, but the boss wears on us every time we die. It's honestly a miracle that I've made it this far, and that Meteor eventually dies. Well, up next is the easiest boss in the game. Gale is our penultimate boss, all the way at the end of time. Gale is very, very annoying. The most tanky boss in the series, is also one of the more quick and annoying ones. If you're not good at recognizing what he's doing and when, you're punished for it quick. Even when you can tell what he's doing, getting the exact timing down while he's on the ceiling, and there's an infinite sky below you, consider it impossible. Impossible. I sound hopeless. I've been hopeless this whole time. For what reason? Just because it's hard? Just because I don't think I can do it? What kind of reason is that? I'm not just a random challenge runner. No, I'm more than that. It's not impossible. It's just not been done yet. No matter how many times I die, no matter how many headaches, and no matter how many times I lead myself astray, I will prevail. Now, we place the Cinders of the Lord on their thrones. That takes us to the Flameless Shrine, and to the Kiln. Let's finish the job we've been here to do. The job that we've gone through hell and back for. And the Soul of Cinder is a very, very easy boss compared to what we just fought. We're back to tanking hits, and dishing out just as much damage. The sword phase is simple. It resembles an easier Nameless King almost, which is a boss we've long since beaten in the past. The spear phase is similar, and although we almost die, the story always goes our way. Then it's time for Gwyn. Gwyn is the most relentless of all the forms this boss can take. Relentless only gets you far if you're a threat though, at least usually. And, well, it's about time I rest. Don't forget to check out my stream. If you're here when the video's uploaded, I'll be streaming all day Saturday and a lot of the day Sunday.